All right, let's get into it. Today, we're going to talk about a concept that is absolutely central to investing. And honestly, it can be a total game changer once you really get it. We're talking about the dividend. We're going to break down exactly what it is and, more importantly, why it's so incredibly valuable.
So let me start by asking you a question. What if owning a piece of a company, a stock, could actually pay you without you ever having to sell it? You just hold on to it and it generates an income. Sounds pretty good, right? Well, that's exactly what we're talking about today.
And that idea brings us right to the definition of a dividend. Think of it like this. A company makes a profit. Now it has a choice. It can pour all that cash back into the business to grow bigger and faster, or it can take a slice of that profit pie and hand it directly to its owners. That's the shareholders. And yeah, you guessed it, that slice of pie is the dividend.
So, how does this actually work in the real world? Well, most of the time, dividends are paid out in cold, hard cash, right into your brokerage account. Sometimes a company might give you additional shares of stock instead. It usually happens on a pretty regular schedule, most often every quarter. But, and this is super important to remember, dividends are never guaranteed. The company's board of directors has to officially declare them, and they can absolutely decide to reduce or even get rid of them if the company isn't doing so well. Okay, so we've got the what down. Now let's move on to the why. From your perspective, as an investor, why should you even care about this? What's in it for you? The first and most obvious benefit is just that, a steady, predictable stream of income. It doesn't matter if you're trying to supplement your salary or you're living off your investments in retirement, dividends can provide that consistent cash flow. I mean, think about it. You're getting paid by your investments without having to sell the actual asset. That's a powerful thing. And this really highlights a fundamental choice you have to make as an investor. You've got dividend stocks on one side, where the focus is all about that regular income and stability. Then, on the other side, you've got your growth stocks. These guys are reinvesting every penny they make, hoping for explosive expansion and a soaring stock price. It's just two different strategies for how you want to get your return. Do you want cash in hand now, or do you want to bet on a bigger price tag later?
Which leads us right into the second big benefit, stability. I mean, think about it. The kinds of companies that can afford to consistently pay dividends are usually the big, mature, established ones. They're not the crazy, high-risk startups. They're the steady giants with predictable profits. And that can be a really nice cushion for your portfolio, especially when the market decides to get a little chaotic.
Okay, but now let's flip the script. It totally makes sense why we, as investors, would want that cash. But why on earth would a company give its profits away? Wouldn't it be smarter to just reinvest all of it to get even bigger? It all comes down to this single idea right here. A dividend isn't just a payment, it's a message. It's a powerful signal to the entire market. When a company pays a dividend, the people running it are basically shouting from the rooftops, "Hey everyone, we are so financially healthy and our business is so stable that we can afford to give this cash back to our owners and still be just fine." So if you break it down, there are a few really smart reasons they do this. Sometimes a big, mature company just runs out of amazing projects to invest in. So returning cash to shareholders is the best use of that money. It's also a direct reward for the people who own the company. And it has this great side effect of attracting a very specific type of investor, the kind who values stability and income over risky growth. But the story does not end when that dividend check hits your account. Oh no, for a smart investor, that's just the beginning. There's a way to take this income stream and turn it into an incredible engine for growth. And this, my friends, is where the real magic happens. Let's talk about compounding. The secret weapon here is something called a dividend reinvestment plan, or DRIP for short. The idea is so simple but so brilliant. Instead of taking the cash, a DRIP automatically uses that dividend money to buy you more shares of the very same company, often without charging you any fees. And this kicks off this beautiful, powerful cycle. See, you get your dividend, your DRIP uses it to buy more shares, so now you own more of the company. That means your next dividend payment is going to be bigger, and that bigger dividend buys even more shares, and on it goes. It's a snowball effect that can seriously accelerate the growth of your investments over the long run. It's amazing. So let's bring it all home now. Let's put the investor's side and the company's side together. Because a dividend isn't just one thing. It's a two-sided story that plays a really important role in the market. When you lay it all out like this, it becomes so clear. For you, the investor, it's about steady income. It's about stability. And it's about that incredible compounding growth we just talked about.
But for the market as a whole, that very same dividend is a signal of health. It's a sign of management's confidence, and it's a magnet that pulls in stable, long-term investors. So, if there's one thing you take away from this, it should be this. A dividend is so much more than just a simple cash payment. It is both a real, tangible financial reward for an investor and a deeply strategic message that a company sends to the world.
And that leaves us with a final thought to chew on. Is a dividend really a reward for a company's past success, or is it more of a promise for its future stability? You know what? It's probably a little bit of both. Thanks for diving into this with me today.